I can probably time that.
Cue the smoke.
Hello, my name's Steven. I'm with Tobacco Cabana.
And I'm David. I'm a Texan, and I love cigars. This is the Roadshow.
Welcome back to the Roadshow.
Yeah, we're here again
Amen.
inside Tobacco Cabana. Steven, Rhonda, Dave, Bob, and I love being here. Love doing this show.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a great little show. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are too. We always got to start the show off right, though.
Right.
And how is that, Steven?
The drink
and our
and a
glasses
Texas
are
toast.
empty. How is that? Oh, look at this, though. This is from the Smoke at the Creek. This is a special bourbon that they made, just 250 bottles, I think?
I think so, for the event.
And so this is bottle 167, and it was just for the Smoke at the Creek event. So, pour you a little bit of this, and I hope you guys are getting your drinks ready. Got your coffee, tea, juice, whatever suits your fancy. Because a toast is just that. It's just cheering you guys, appreciating you guys for watching each and every show and giving us input. Because without you guys, why do this, right? I mean, I appreciate it. So,
Cheers to all the audience. Thank you for inviting us into your home.
and this is what we call a Texas toast. Boom. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
All right. Boom. Real smooth.
Yeah. Great flavor.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. When they announced that, and because when you got in the VIP event, which we did,
Yes.
got into the VIP event, which was the Friday night before the event, you got a special ticket which allowed you to buy one of these, and you could buy
a couple.
a couple, yeah. And so I definitely was going to come home with one of these. It's got the Boutique Cigar Association logo on the side there, just what you see here. This is a Festival Barrel Pick 2022, 100 proof, single barrel straight bourbon whiskey, distilled in Indiana. We were in Martinsville, Indiana. Beautiful venue. Beautiful venue.
I haven't seen anything like that around here in Texas. Winery, distillery, brewery, 17 beautiful acres.
Music stage.
Yes.
People just sitting around in their lawn chairs, enjoying music.
Birthday parties.
Birthday
hosted
parties.
there. It was fantastic.
So while the festival was going on underneath the tent, there were just regular people that were there for Cedar Creek and enjoying the food.
Yes.
Food, another thing, food.
Food was good.
And so they're just sitting around enjoying it. And I talked to several people that were not there for the cigar event, and just I love educating people about what cigars, the culture is all about, and giving them a couple of cigars.
Yes,
They were
yes.
like, I don't want you don't need to go pay $25 just to get in.
Right.
To go buy you a cigar. Here, let me give you one.
Yep.
And because they were talking about, wow, that sounds great. Let's go back to the hot tub and have a cigar. It's like, here, let me. I've got some. That's the culture.
Yeah.
That's what we like doing. We love being able to let somebody else experience what it is that we get out of it, and being able to share a little bit of this with somebody makes it worth. Yeah, it was a great event. So while we were there, I mean, Gabby Caffey, Dr. Gabby Caffey, was the one that originated the Boutique Cigar Association of America, and this is only the second year of this event, and it had already doubled.
Yes.
If you watch the previous episode, you'll see the piece that I put on that kind of showcased a lot of the vendors that were there. And that wasn't all of them, of course, but I got some good sound bites out of everybody that I did talk to. And a lot of these sticks I've never heard of.
No. Some of them I knew, some of them that are the bigger boutiques, like Blanco, yes, and DAV.
Don
and
Kiki.
Don Kiki, we know them, and there were several other people there.
What
that we
interested
knew.
me was ATL
Yeah.
is in the same factory as Ace Prime. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
David just gave me a surprised look. But yeah, that is Luciano, that's Crown Heads, a lot of the same makers. Yeah, Pichardo, all the same makers. This guy, GTO,
Oh yeah. Looking forward to trying.
they own
some
their
of
own
those.
tobacco. They own their own tobacco. The guy that was there, I can't remember his name, I'd have to look back at it, Master Blender, very cool. GTO, the initials of the individuals involved in the company, but he also owns, I think, 4 GTOs.
GTOs, yeah.
My wife was jealous. My wife owned a 71 GTO, so she's really intrigued by that. But yeah, there's, I knew the chief because of Caffey. He produces those. And there was, well, DAV I know because that's the president, Armand.
Right.
He's the president of the BCAA.
And yeah, they've been around for a long time.
I remember
but-
seeing him at several other events.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful event. Food, Friday night,
Yep.
dinner. Jera Hutchins, if you guys don't know her, she's got a restaurant here now in Arlington. So she was, Jera was the master of ceremonies. So she was there, and then Gabby and Armand gave a little talk about it. And then, of course, I know you don't, I don't see one of them in there, but BAMF, Ishmael. Ish was there. Ish, good friend of mine. Love his cigars. So a lot of makers, they had Boveda was there.
Right.
The guys, Cigar Medics
Yep.
were there. They make the humidimeter. They've got a new humidimeter out. This individual that made this shirt for them, he's a tailor, high-end tailor,
Yep.
makes smoking jackets. He was there. Hireman Solomon was there too. A lot of cigar names, I'd say a handful of cigar names that you would probably know, but that was what was cool, was to get out there and find some other cigars I've never heard of.
Yeah, and being at the hotel and talking to a lot of them that evening, you get to find out their backstory, where they came about, and some of them are still very regional. We were talking to the guys who have their cigar, and they're just kind of in the Virginia, New Jersey area and everything.
Yeah.
So meeting them as a brick and mortar and going, great, I've got something that you may not have in Texas that I can bring in, will be great for us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that, and then there was Brothers Smoking Stogies, and Ish's factory makes those for them.
Right.
And they had one called BTC, Better Than Cuban. And it was a good cigar.
Right.
It was a very good cigar.
708.
708.
Had not heard of them. They were there. They have some great cigars. You got to
Yeah.
try one of them. I've
It
got
was a
some
box
back.
pressed barber pole, box pressed torpedo box pressed barber pole. Very good on that. And they were there rolling cigars. So the 708 guy was rolling. Ishmael, he had his roller there. He was the official roller for the event. So it was like any of the other cigar events that you go to, but it was centralized around the boutique cigars. And so there were no big name, Hiram Solomon has been around.
And Blanco.
Blanco,
But again, there's that kind of cap that says once you go beyond it, you're not really boutique anymore. But getting out there and getting to meet all these great people and enjoying their love for the products they make.
Right, and of course,
is
Caffey
amazing.
had his cigars out there, and it was under a great, good-sized tent. But the attendance had already doubled.
Yeah.
In the second year, it had already doubled.
Next year,
Which is
that's
just
gonna be wonderful.
crazy to think about. Yeah, and now they're going to couple, like we talked about before, with the PCA
PCA, yes.
and the booth that they're going to put on at the PCA.
yeah,
I have not. ever been at the PCA, people always say, hey, Dave, you're going to be there. Well, it's like, you know what? I don't know if I really need to be there as the Texas Cigar Roadshow. What can I really do? Because, the Roadshow, we either do this or we go to cigar shops. And it's like, PCA is not really a cigar shop, it's cigars. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I always thought, does the Roadshow really belong there? But I'm the more I think about it now, it's like, you know what? We do the Roadshow here. We are the Roadshow. And so the cigars, if you don't have cigars, you don't have brick and mortars. And we're all about the brick and mortars anyway. So boutiques are really special for me because I love finding new cigars.
Yes.
I mean, as a shop.
It's always great. It's great.
Right, because you want to be able to give your customers something.
Right.
That maybe, hey, try this. If you like this cigar, you're probably going to like this one. Because being a shop owner, you, Dave, even Bob smokes more pipes, I would say. But you guys smoke everything that comes in here.
Yep.
So that you know.
If it doesn't sell out before I get a chance, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That has happened on occasion.
Yeah, but you want to be able to give your customers some knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
If they're going to buy that, well, what are you looking for? Well, you can steer them in the right direction, or you can say, well, I've had this one, I love this one. This one is great, a great cigar. So, we're smoking on these
Sancho Panza.
Sancho Panzas. Matt Booth has got a hand, and that's a boutique.
Yep.
Even though now he's part of STG.
Yeah.
Room 101.
But you know what I'm seeing in the industry, and you've probably noticed it. Some of the old brands, some of the stables, like a Macanudo, they've come back with their Inspirato line and gone, well, it's not the Hampton Court. It is now being reblended to appeal to that smoker who likes to venture out and try something different. It's a name brand they can trust, but now you've got the orange, the black, all the others coming out. They're going, we got to compete with these guys.
Yeah.
It's not about the volume of sales, it's about attracting the audience and being able to produce a product that is different and enticing to a smoker who's been smoking that brand for years.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes to show the impact that boutique is having on the industry.
Dave,
Very grassroots.
Dave said that it just goes to show what the boutique has had on the industry, the impact that it's had on there, and you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, let us take a break, guys. We're going to come back with some cigar news for you. All right, hang on. Hey, guys, how's it going? Back in the old man cave having a great cigar. This is the Fratello Bianco 1, 6 1/4 by 44 Vitola. If you haven't tried this, you need to. This has actually got some Peruvian tobacco in it. Got a good seasonal beer, Sam Adams, the old Fezziwig. Good combination, I like it. Let me leave you with this thought. Why don't pirates take a bath before they walk the plank? Because they just wash up on shore. Stay smoky. All right, guys, welcome back. We have got some cigar news for you. First in the news, very interesting because I love this cigar. It actually, when I remember the blind taste test that I did, the March Madness, it was the Black Label that won it.
Yep.
And so when I saw this news come out, I was like, okay, I got to talk about this. Blackwork Studio will ship the new limited release Killer Bee Shaolin and the new Vitola for the Rorschach this week. Both were shown off at the 2022 PCA Trade Show. Shaolin is a limited production release that was offered to those retailers who placed an order at the PCA 2022 Trade Show. Rorschach was first released in 2015 with the launch of the BLK Blackworks line.
Yep. So the Shaolin, a slightly tweaked version of the Killer Bee blend, wrapped in a Mexican San Andreas, love that,
Yeah.
Connecticut, and Candela. The result is a bold but elegant cigar that has layers of complexity. Also being released is the new Vitola for the Rorschach. The Rorschach has become one of the most popular cigars, and fans of this cigar will enjoy it in a short Robusto because it's been in that.
Rhonda likes that Rorschach.
Yeah, that was the one that made my lips tingle, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's nice and
Yeah,
spicy."
she's just like, oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so the blend for the Killer Bee Shaolin uses Mexican San Andres, Connecticut Candela wrappers, Honduran Habano binder, and the Nicaraguan fillers. It comes in one size, 5.5 by 46 Belicoso, in 24 count boxes. MSRP is $13.50 a stick.
Right. The Rorschach uses an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan Habano binder, Nicaraguan filler. So we got a Puro.
Well, you know that's where James Brown is. Yeah.
Yep. Comes in one Vitola, the short Robusto, 4.5 by 48. It comes in a 50 count boxes. MSRP on that, they're suggesting $7 per cigar. Both new sticks rolled at Fabrica Ojeva Negra.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. Always excited about some new sticks coming out of James Brown's factory there. On to the next one here. We've got boxes of the new Diamond Crown Black Diamond cigars have arrived at J.C. Newman's Tampa headquarters and started shipping to retailers this week. The brand, introduced in 2016, was recently retooled when Drew Newman, the company's fourth generation owner, updated the packaging and strengthened the blend.
Yep. Although our Diamond Crown Black Diamond cigars have been savored by cigar enthusiasts around the world for 6 years, I was not satisfied and wanted to make them better, Newman said. While the look and strength level have changed, the prices, sizes, and box counts are the same.
Oh, cool.
Diamond Crown Black Diamonds are made in the Dominican Republic by Tabacalera e Fuente Icia and are composed of all Dominican tobaccos, save for the dark, the Connecticut Havana wrapper.
Interesting. Wow. It says the brand comes in 20 count boxes in 3 sizes: Radiant, measuring 4.5 by 54, Emerald, 6 by 52, and Marquise at 5.25 by 56. Suggested retail prices before taxes range from 18 to 21. That's going to be, a little bit more of a higher end stick for somebody. I've not smoked a lot of Diamond Crowns myself. I've had a few, enjoyed them. Great cigars, but that is some interesting news. New cigars coming out. Always like to hear that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always
All right.
nice.
Yeah. Stay tuned, guys. All right, man. I need a tip. I need a tip.
This is a tool,
Yes, it is.
and like any tool, it needs maintenance.
Maintenance, yes.
One of the things we get a lot of people coming in is it's not lighting right. It's just, one of the flames may be out or it's not behaving as you expected.
Right.
Watch out in this area and keep it clean. So when you're going to light a cigar, ash will get in there. Eventually it's going to happen. What we oftentimes do here in the shop, if somebody brings one in that's not behaving, is we'll do a quick inspection on it, hit it with a flashlight and see what's down there, blow it out with some canned air. Make sure you get
Keep a can of air around.
yeah.
Yes.
Pocket lint, ash, anything that gets in there can throw these flames off because they're very sensitive.
Okay.
So just simply keep it clean. Don't poke anything down in there. If you see it down in there, just canned air. Otherwise, you can
Keep it out at a good distance at about 45-degree angle so it's going to come out. And you don't want to shove it. You do have the risk of that air comes out pretty quick, so you do have the risk of shoving whatever is in it down there. So try to treat it at about a 45-degree angle.
Just blowing across it, you'll be amazed what comes out sometimes when you're doing it.
Exactly.
Keeps the flame clean, make sure it ignites every time, and you get a good strong flame.
Excellent tip. All right, Dave. Good to be back, man.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah. How do you like those tips that we're doing?
Each week it's better and better.
I like it. Every little bit helps.
Yes.
And it always helps when you show up.
I love showing up. And we've been doing this. You and I together have been doing this now for over a year.
Man. Over a year.
It was August of last year when we did our first episode.
Wow, well, happy
together.
anniversary to us, right?
Yes. So hey, I mean, what better way to have a happy anniversary than?
So that's a new bottle. Haven't seen that one before. What do you got here?
So this one was done by a local guy.
Okay, local as in Texas here.
As in Texas, as in the DFW area.
Okay.
So he's up in Colleyville. He owns the shop Bear Creek Spirits and Wine up in Colleyville.
Okay.
And this is his own blend. He's been in the spirits industry for a couple of decades. I don't remember exactly, but for a period of time. And he put this blend together. It is MGP. So this juice is sourced out of Indiana.
Okay.
And he brought it here and blended it himself, and then it aged at, what it says right here is aged it out in Palestine.
Okay.
So I know he's good friends with the wonderful folks out at Tawakaro.
Okay.
And so this is his.
Oh.
So
I remember that name, that Tawakara, that you'd brought that before. So, and this is a bourbon, right?
This is a bourbon.
Okay. And so I noticed that you've got 4 house sticks laying here.
Yes, we got 4 house
What is
sticks.
this? How are we doing this?
So we're going to
This
sip on and taste this first, and then based.
Does this go against what you normally say?
This goes against what I normally say, but there's often times where you have to, and I'm glad you brought that up. There's often times where you have no choice but to pair the cigar to the drink rather than the drink to the cigar. Okay.
Okay.
And so that's what we're doing.
Okay.
You know, we're going to find ourselves in situations where someone is giving us a drink, and we got to pair something to
And
it.
so you're wanting to taste this first, and then try to find yourself a cigar to complement it,
To complement what we're getting.
rather than get me a cigar and go, you know, the drink. Let me see
Right.
how that works together.
Right. Typically, you're going to pair something to the most complex.
Okay.
And cigars are very complex.
Okay.
Okay. That's why we pair our wines to our food, as opposed to food to the wines, because food has more complex nature
All right,
of
that makes
flavors.
sense.
You're not going to change the flavor of the foods, right?
Right. Right.
So we pair our wines to our food. We pair our drinks to the cigars because cigars are generally more complex.
Okay.
But there's often times that you're going to find yourself in situations where you can't do that. So this is a little exercise on what we can do when we're in that situation, to where we have a drink and we have a choice of cigars and pick out that perfect cigar.
Okay. All right. Looks nice. It's got some great legs on there.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Nose
Got a
is
nice
very nice.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Sweet little vanilla, caramely type of smell. Just it's got a rich smell to it. Yeah. So we're gonna taste this, right? And then
We're going to taste it.
And then we've got a San Andres, we've got a Criollo, we've got a, what is the M, Stephen? Maduro, okay.
This is the Matafina. So that's
Matafina, and then a
Missouri
Sumatra, San Andres, and a
Criollo.
Criollo, yes. Okay.
And what we're dealing with here is what we would call a barely legal bourbon. This is only 58% corn, and then 26% rye and 16% malted barley.
So which part again makes it barely legal?
51. Remember, bourbon is 51% or more, and so
being at 58.
58, we call that barely legal.
Oh, okay.
It's generally if it's under 60%. Then it's considered barely legal.
Okay. Cool. Well, I had no idea, but yes, let's taste this. A new experience trying something out with Dave on our anniversary. Very, very little spice to it.
Very little spice, especially for coming in at 26% rye.
Yeah. Very little. I mean, it went straight down the roof of my mouth to the back. Very little.
I'm getting really deep cocoa. Very, very deep cocoa.
I don't know about, I get a nice dark, almost like a plum taste to me.
Which that would come from the rye, because ryes are known for their stone and black fruit notes.
Okay, that's nice on the second sip. Real good. Yeah, it's really, for a rye,
It's not.
that much rye in it. It's not a rye, but it has more. That's good. So taking
100
this,
proof.
so we've tasted this, and how are you going to now decide on which cigar?
So let's reach back into our memories,
Okay.
back into our memory banks there,
Okay.
and think about the types of notes that we've talked about over the past year that we get from each of the wrapper leaves.
Okay. All right. Sumatra is going to be a little bit sweeter.
Sumatra is going to be a little bit sweeter. You're going to get a little bit earthy notes from the Sumatra. You're going to get predominantly earthy notes from the Criollo. From the San Andreas, you're going to get some creamy, some chocolatey notes, a little bit of peppery notes in it. And from the Matafina, you're going to get some black fruit, stone fruit.
Okay.
type.
So if I'm getting black fruit from this, do I want to take something that has those tendencies in it, or do I want to go? So do I want, would this complement, or would that be too close, or do I want to contrast?
It depends upon really what you're looking for. You're looking for there's three different types of pairings. And the ultimate pairing would be that balancing pairing to where they just both marry each other so well
Sure.
that neither one overpowers, neither one tones down. It's just that, and that's the hardest pairing to come across. Okay?
Just me personally, Matafina or Sumatra is what I would lean towards.
Okay?
Both of those,
Matafina is definitely going to be that complementary type pairing. Little bit of contrast built into it.
Yeah.
And you may find that it balances out really nicely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're kind
I
of
do
going
like
with this.
Matafina tobacco, so I'm gonna say the Matafina then.
I'm going to go with the Sumatra.
Are you? Okay.
I'm going to go
That would
with
have been
the
my
Sumatra.
second choice, even though I do like both of these.
Yes.
San Andres and Criollo.
I mean, and these are great cigars. And thank you, Stephen,
Yeah.
for these house blends on this, because
I
they're
get-
beautiful cigars.
Yeah, it's got a pigtail. These are iconic leaf factory cigars. These they've got several different sizes of each one of the blends. What are there, 4 or 5 5 or 6 blends that you have?
Up to 7 in one of the sizes.
Okay,
Yeah.
up to 7 different blends for a house stick. That's just great. I'm gonna do a straight cut on mine.
And I'm going to go with the V.
Okay, well. I just drug my finger across that and edit that out. I drug my finger across it and kind of tore up the wrapper a little bit. So that was a bad, but it'll still smoke. Cold draw. Okay.
Are we still in the edited out mode? Yes, we are now.
We're going. we're not editing anything out, man.
Uh-huh.
I say edit it out, and I'm like, nah, just let it ride.
Let it ride.
Are included.
Yeah, right. All right, let's light this thing up. And,
If I can get this lighter to go, I'm having a difficult time with lighters today. All right, here we go.
could not get that one side to catch. So you just touch it up right there. You're supposed to go zoom, zoom.
That's what they teach in the sommelier classes.
Yeah. Okay. Montefina. Montefina. All right. So pay attention to what you're smoking and drinking here, boys.
I love a Montefina.
Yeah, I do like Montefina.
He says it with his more accurate draw. I say it with the southern draw.
Hey, Just say it however you know it worked for you. I think we all know what you mean.
Yep.
All right, so
Outtakes are included on this episode for you. Brought to you by Tobacco Cabana.
minimal editing. Okay. All right, so I want to take a drink now because I've got that tobacco taste in my mouth now, and I want to get this. Remember what I was tasting with this.
Yeah, I'm going the same route.
Okay. I get no spice whatsoever now from this drink. I get no spice. Could the tobacco do that?
See, and with this one here,
Yeah.
I'm getting more spice
Okay.
on the back end.
That draw right there, chocolate.
Yeah.
That draw with that right there, chocolate. I love those moments when you're smoking something and you hit it, it's like somebody just slapped you on the forehead and went, boom, that's what you're tasting right there.
Yep.
I tasted that, I came back to the cigar again, and when I retroheld and blew that out, it was plain as day chocolate. Cocoa. It was, I love those moments when, because I don't get a lot of them. I'm going, okay, it tastes good. Yeah, it's dark fruit. Is that plums or is that cherries? Which one is that? And I'm kind of getting zeroed in on it a little bit more. But I love those moments when you have just like that, where it's just, boom, plain as day. I had a smoking one the other day. Almonds.
Almonds.
Oh,
love it when you get those earthy, nutty notes, as you know, as opposed to your standard earthy, leathery, or your earthy, grainy, gravelly type notes that we get.
Right.
With the Sumatra, you're going to get it's got some sweetness to it. Especially because these are mostly Ecuadorian Sumatras.
Right.
And you get those tropical fruit notes, sweetness.
The other place you're going to find Sumatra is Indonesia, right?
That's where the seed originated from.
That's where it came from. Then they've transplanted like they do with anything. If you're getting somewhat of a Cuban-esque cigar, it's because they took the seeds from Cuba and they planted them in Nicaragua, Dominican Republic. So they took it from Indonesia, Sumatra, and then transplanted it in South America.
In Ecuador, primarily.
Yeah.
And it's the Oliva family that's really made their names known for the Sumatra and the Habano. They're in Ecuador.
Okay.
So they're the ones that produce the majority of them.
And we did a show on here at Pit Stop once. And it was, I had brought some chocolate back from Ecuador. And I think it was just straight chocolate, dark chocolate. Can't remember what percentage it was, but it was probably at least 70% dark chocolate. They had some that was mixed with rose petals. It was like being on the equator in the Amazon jungle, or not the Amazon, the jungle sections of it. They had dark chocolate, all kinds, every kind you can think of dark chocolate. So loved eating chocolate with a cigar too.
Oh, absolutely.
Besides having a
Great
drink
pairing.
or coffee, I love just having some dark. I don't do that enough. I don't do a dark chocolate enough, just because I don't keep it around the house all the time. This I keep around the house, and beer or anything like that I'm going to pair it with. But food, I don't think too much about pairing my cigars with food.
This I'm going to keep around the house, and it's a limited run of 1,000 bottles.
Oh wow! Okay.
Nice. And
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm really getting raisins, so I think you were on the ball, right on there with the plums. Because I'm really kind of getting like that prune, that raisin type note.
Okay.
With the chocolate, with that deep cocoa type chocolate.
Yeah.
And really balances out with the Sumatra. I think that I think if I was going to do another pairing, though, I would probably go with the San Andreas
You think so?
on this one.
What do you think you would get out of that?
I think we would see just the
More of a
chocolatey
contrast.
notes, and
Okay.
maybe some of the other subtle notes that's in the
Okay.
bourbon would maybe come forward with this one.
Okay.
This one here, it's a beautiful cigar. Love this cigar. I think the earthy notes on it is just a bit too much. It's a
Yeah, so there's some times where you can get a pairing where you're going to drink something like this. And like I said, when I took this tobacco, it took the pepper, the spice out of this drink. So sometimes it'll either complement or tame the other one
yeah.
enough to where it's like, wow, okay, that just totally changed that to where I can do that now. So that's very interesting. So we're bucking the system here. We're going against what you normally say, which was smoke the cigar first and then have the drink. We went against it, and it paid off. I like that.
It paid off.
Yeah, that's very fun.
And this goes to show where it really, really, really is beneficial when you're pairing to know your cigars and to what kind of profiles you're going to get from your cigars, and to have at least a good, strong base understanding of what kind of notes that you're going to get in say from a spirit out of how that spirit's made.
Yeah.
Or from a wine.
And that's a learning process.
This is by none of the. I mean, this is a journey. This is a journey. I just published an article in the Whiskey Network magazine on pairings and getting into the tastings of it. And I say this is a journey. It's not for the lighthearted. It's something that you've got to commit to if you want to take your pairings to that next level.
Definitely a fun journey, though.
It is.
Definitely
It
a fun
is.
journey. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned, all right?
All right, this is Cigar King again with Shop Stop. We are in the great, infamous Enfuego Frisco. We're starting in the humidor today because it is jam-packed in there. We're going to go out in the lobby. Definitely a little different setup than the McKinney one. Actually, all four of them, Murphy, Rockwell, and Frisco and McKinney, have different setups, even though they have the same ambiance. Okay, so we're going to start over here. We got the Ardo Fuente line. Really tasty cigars. Again, we do have the New World line with New World line, which is absolutely awesome. Iguano. All right, and over here we got the Drew Estate and infused cigars. These are not Drew Estate, obviously, but all these are infused, flavored of some type. Of course, not the Perdomos. Acid line, Maker's Mark infused. The other cigar place doesn't. And Fuego is a small chain, but still a chain, but each owner has their preference of what they want to carry. So if you ever are in the Dallas area, you'll notice that each Enfuego has some of the same lines, product lines, but not all of them. You got the Java lines, they're mint, latte, different type of coffee flavors, really good brand. Deadwood series is great. This is an infused cigar my wife picked up. She's filming right now. She picked up one of these. This is a sweet tip cigar, but it's not a Drew Estate. Kentucky Fire Cured is personally one of my favorite ones. It smells like you're smoking a campfire. Okay, you got the Brick House series right here. Really good stout cigar. If you like stout cigars, okay. You got the LFD brands up here. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, my apologies. These are Perdomos. I saw LTD and I thought LFD. My apologies, guys and ladies and gentlemen. We got Perdomo line right here. You like the leaf by Oscar. A lot of people like this because of the trademark leaf. At first, this is how much of a novice cigar person I was at first. That you're just like, oh my gosh, cigars like that. Well, no, it's wrapped in a tobacco leaf, so you don't smoke it that way. You just unwrap it. Instead of a regular cellophane wrapper, you have a tobacco leaf as a wrapper. So you got the Christoph right here. I like Christophs. They're just they're new to me, so I'm still getting used to them. Come over here. the Oliva series right here, the V series. You got the Joya, the Nicaragua. It's another extension of the Drew Estate brand, non-infused line. Really good cigars here. The Superfly by Oscar, the 2012. You got more Joya right here. More Joya down here. And the Esther and Cardenas. I am not familiar with these. The nubs, I'm familiar with those. Those are the nub series is always a good go-to stick. Medium to full. I like how they have it arranged here. Medium, mild, medium, medium to full. I like how they have this organized. A lot of cigar shops are not so good. And Fuego's really good about organizing stuff. 20-acre farm, newest line from Drew Estate. Really good brand. Again, here's more Perdomos, my father's. Can't say enough about their organization, keeping everything neat. Where you, the client that comes in here that wants a cigar, you go straight where you want to go. Everything's not just scattered everywhere. You got the tins that we talked about, the Macanudos. Macanudos are a great brand. We're coming over here. Be honest, I don't know much about the Buena Vertes, but if Fuego carries them, Fuego's really big about kicking things out that don't sell well. They always keep a fresh product line. So, Patrons are all over here. Actually, holy cow. I don't know if you see this, but this is probably the largest Patron display I've seen in DFW, honestly. And I go to almost all the cigar lounges. And so, I mean, you got 3 racks of the shelves. Camachos are a great brand. You got those as well. I shared this with you last time. The Fuego line, exclusives of Fuegos were right down here. You got them up here. Finally, we're going to end on this end cap. So you got the 10th anniversaries and the I'm not crazy about the 10th anniversary undercrowns, but I like the regular undercrowns. You got the Ashton cigars right here. You got the Monte Cristos right here. You got more Ashtons right here. Actually, I had this Ashton for the first time today. And I have to say, it's a little bit pricier, but I can tell you right now, if you want a medium full smoke without any harsh kickness, this is a good way to go. Tabernacles. Love the Tabernacles by Foundation Cigars. Good, rich, full smoke. Palencias, the reds. These are the guys, these are the ones that are raised in volcano tobacco ash. So you're going to have a little bit of a kick to it. Okay? Got more Palencias down here. Black Market Barber Pole. I have not had a barber pole of any type of cigar that I did not like. All right, and to finish it off, you got more Ashtons right up here. I've not tried this one yet, but if it's any as good as this one right here, you're going to be set. All right, we're going to go out here. All right, so they got a decent lobby right here, a really good lobby. You got cigar lighters right here. You've got your pipe tobacco, your pipes, your lighters. All right, you've got quite a few selections of wooden humidors right here. You have a good Sarkar selection right here, and you have the house blends. I showed you the one in McKinney. You got house blends. You got a lot of house blends here. You got the Davida packs. You got travel humidors right here, and right here you have some cutters and some more Perdomo embossed lighters, cutters, and humidors. Finally, you got the pewter ashtrays. You got actually whiskey flask right here. You got a few merch items here. So these are a few things that you got to look forward to, and these are news to me. You got the little fondue cigar lighters, which is pretty badass. So with that being said, this has once again been the shop stop for Lincoln Grain Society and the very own Cigar King.
Another great shop stop.
You think so?
I do. I always like seeing what the other brick and mortars are doing.
As a shop owner,
Yeah.
you don't have grudges against people?
No. It's what I call co-opetition.
Oh, there you go.
We are cooperating together and competing, and most of the time it's of a very friendly nature. You know, our local shops, if we don't carry it, we will definitely refer people to them.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's not in our portfolio, it's not what a lot of our people are smoking.
Exactly.
So I will definitely send them to another shop.
Yeah.
I will probably suggest something we have before sending them.
Exactly. Well, if you like that cigar, you like this one.
Yeah.
But if you like this show, guys, we appreciate you watching again. Please leave some comments. We love hearing from you. Whether you've got suggestions for us on what we can do, what we can pair, what you want to see me and Dave pair, or if you have a shop where you're at, do your own shop walkthrough and send it in, and we'll insert it, and your shop will be the shop walkthrough that we have during the show. But until next time, like we always like to say, enjoy the leaf.
Grow the culture.
That's right, buddy.
Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.